Hey everybody, it's time for PE. No, we're not going to be using pumpkins. That would be fun though, but we're not. But let's get ready for something fun. Today's lesson, we're going to be doing some paperball challenges. So you need a ball made of paper. Okay, so today then, in our paperball challenge lessons, we're going to be using a paper ball for some fun challenges. We're going to be working on hand-eye coordination. Now, for this though, we're not just going to be using our hands, we're going to use our body. So be prepared for challenges where you can use different parts of your body, but always, always, always watch the ball. We are going to start with a warm-up.
So jogging in place to start. Make sure you get your feet off of the ground. Jog, jog, jog. Keep those feet moving, jogging in place. Good job. Remember, stay in your spot, don't move around, stay still in your spot, and just jog in place. Alright, next one we're doing the boat. So join me on the floor. Remember, for the boat, we sit on our bottom, we lift our feet and we paddle, paddle, paddle. Bottom of the ground, lift your feet, hands together and paddle like you're paddling your boat. If you're on your back with your feet in the air, your boat has sunk, don't let your boat sink. Bottom on the ground, feet in the air and paddle. Good job, keep paddling your boat. I'm going to show you a little more from the front what it looks like. Feet up, paddle, keep your hands together and I paddle, and I go to each side. Keep your hands together to make your paddle, and go to each side. Okay, next one we are skipping. Remember, when we skip, we get our knees up nice and high, and the foot on the ground pops or bounces. So skipping. Make sure you get those knees up. Remember, the foot on the ground hops, knee in the air comes down to a step. Knees up, good job. Next one, we are doing our low plank. For our low plank, we hold our body in the air. So we put elbows, hands on the ground. Nice straight legs, toes on the ground, and hold our body still. Don't move, hold it still. Remember to keep nice and still, don't move. Alright, nice job. Next up we're doing jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks, and you remember feet wide, hands touch at the top. Jumping jacks. Feet go wide, hands touch at the top, feet in, hands by side, jumping jacks. Good job, keep going. Alright, last one, we are galloping. Remember when we gallop? One foot stays in front, back foot tries to catch it. So remember that front foot always is in front, back foot tries to catch it. Galloping. You can do it slow. Slow is fine. Or you can go a little bit faster. And if you've got it, then you can go as fast as you need to. Do it safely and carefully. Alright, good job everybody, well done. So we are going to start our next activity. So be ready for that, and I'll see you in the next video. Good job.
Okay guys, so we've finished the warm-up. Now we are going to get ready for the lesson. I hope you have fun.
Hey everybody, alrighty, so this week is going to be the last week that we really look at some throwing and catching hand-eye coordination stuff, like for reals. We are going to do some of that stuff later on, but we've done a lot of that, so this is kind of the final week of that. Alright, the only thing that you need for today is your trusty paper ball. If you've lost it, oh no, what should you do? Make a new one. Alright, so this is a piece of paper, crumble it up. So everything today is just you and your trusty paper ball. You will have 1 minute for each challenge, alright? So you're going to get 1 minute to do each challenge. All you need is your trusty paper ball. Woo, paper ball. Alright, so for our first challenge, again, handbag coordination, we're watching the object and then we're moving in a certain way. So all we're going to do is we're going to put the ball on the back of my hand, throw it up, catch it. Put the ball on the back of my hand, throw it, catch it. So right now, I'm using my right hand. I'm right-handed, so that's not too tricky. If I find it too easy, I can use my left hand. Oh, see? A little bit more difficult. So I can change hands and use my other hand, throw it up, catch it. What about start on one hand, catching the other? Start on one hand, catching the other. So your job is to start with it on the back of your hand and catch it. It doesn't matter what hand you use. It doesn't matter if you're throwing in one and catching with the other, as long as it starts on the back of your hand and then you catch it. You're going to have 1 minute, ready, go. Did you get it off the back of your hand and catch it? Did you try using the other hand? Did you start on one hand and catch in the other and take turns? You did? Awesome. So we start with a nice simple one. The next one, we are going to be watching the ball and moving our hands in a certain way. So your job this time is to keep the ball in the air by tapping it. So, see, I'm coming closer to that. So for this one, we want to keep the ball in the air by tapping it with our hand. Now, I'm not tapping it very hard, but what I am doing is I'm watching it, and then I'm moving my hand. I didn't tap it really high, but I didn't just keep it to my hand. It came off of my hand, and I tap, 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 tap. Always, always watching the ball to keep it in the air. Alright? You're going to have a go at that. So, you have 1 minute to keep the ball in the air. If you're like, hey, coach, I got that. It's easy. Great. Do it with your other hand. See if you can do it. You have 1 minute. Ready, go. Hey, so how was that one? That one was a little bit more tricky than the first one, right? Yeah? But I bet you managed to keep it going. So, with all of these, You can make it easier or harder. So I could, for the other one, use both hands to keep it going. We used one-handed mat, what hand we used. As long as you're tapping it in the air to keep it in the air, fantastic. Next one, all right? We're going to be using the back of our hand and our palm. So we're going to be taking turns. So I'm going to start on the back of my hand. I'm going to throw it up, tap, 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 tap. And each time, I'm turning my hand. What happens if you drop it? It fits the rear. So what do? You just pick it up and you start again. Could you take turns with your hands? Absolutely. As long as you go back, palm, and so on. So we can see, I must admit I was paying attention to the camera, so I did drop it really quickly. So we can see that we've got a watch and then flip our hand. We're just tapping it really gently and lightly. Can we use the other hand? Certainly. So we could keep our hands like this. Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as it starts on the back of your hand and then you use your palm back, palm back. If you make a mistake and do 2 taps in your palm, does it matter? No. As long as we're going back, hand. What we're doing is we're watching that ball and moving our hands. And we're making each step a little bit more difficult to challenge ourselves. So you could take turns with your hand, both hands if you want, as long as you're using back and palm, or you can do it in the same hand. If you can do that really easily, you can change to the other hand. Alright, so back, palm, back, palm. You have 1 minute, do your best, go. More than likely you're going to find that the ball will hit the floor. Why? Because the paintball is not completely around, is it? So depending on which part you hit it, it might be nice and flat, go straight up, and another time, whoop, whoop, it will go off in all directions. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our foot, alright? And what we're going to do is we're going to catch it. So I'm going to drop it, tap it with my foot, and then try and catch it. Now, that one didn't get high enough to my hand, so I drop it. Ooh, that went a little bit over here. So excuse me while I go and get it. Still here, hear my voice? Here I come. Hello. So drop it, tap it, catch. For this, you've really got to watch the object and move quickly. Drop it, tap it. Oh, ah! Oh, darn it, so close. So with this one, you might find you're a little bit more all over the place. So drop it, tap it, catch it. Hey! Drop it, tap it, nearly caught it. It's going to be a little bit all over the place, remember, because of the shape of the ball. Sometimes it'll bounce off differently. So we're not throwing it, we just drop it. You can have it closer to your foot if you need to. A little bit higher if you drop, tap, and then we try and catch. Now, that time getting in my drop and tapping my foot, it wasn't good. Here I am again. If you don't catch it, not a big issue. But what I would like is for you to drop and tap it with your foot. Alright? So, as long as you can drop, tap it with your foot, that's great. If you've got that, then work on catching it. Alright? So, as long as we can tap it with our foot, perfect. If you can catch it, double perfect. Everybody ready? Your minute starts. did you manage to tap it with your foot? You did, awesome, because that was the first part. Did you manage to catch it? Great, that's excellent. Some of you might find when I call it once, perfect. As long as you're tapping it with your foot each time, because we're switching up that hand-eye coordination, because it's not always your hands you use. For that, we watched it and we used our foot. So when we talk about hand-eye coordination, it's not necessarily just our hands we're using. As long as we watch and move our body to match it, everything's great. All right, next one. Similar, except now we're going to use our knee. So I'm going to drop it, knee, and then try and catch. Remember, the most important thing right now is hitting it off your knee. And I do need to watch what I'm doing, not look at the camera. So I need to tap it with my knee and catch. I drop, tap, ooh, so close. So we're working on, still here, hello. So we're working on that action of watching it and meeting it with our knee. So tap, catch. Oh, I got it. Tap, catch. So drop, tap, my knee, catch. And if you watch, what I'm doing is I'm bringing my knee up to meet it. It's not there, I'm just dropping it, I'm bringing it up. So I drop, bring my knee up. All right? That cool right on the top of my, woo, over there. So as long as, still here, is the ball, okay? So as long as we're making contact with our knee, great. If we can catch it, even better. So remember, drop, tap, catch. Drop, tap, catch. Drop, tap, catch. See if you can do it. Remember, as long as you hit the ball with your knee, you're great. If you can catch it, even better. Your minute starts now. Did you get it on your knee? You did. Did you manage to get it back in the air? Great. Did you catch it? So there's different steps to each of this. Alright? So whatever step you get to is perfect. If you manage to drop it and it hits your knee, excellent. If you can tap it in the air, excellent. If you can then catch it, excellent. So we're working on those different steps. The most important part is watch the ball and then move your body to meet it. Alright? So the next one, similar, except now we're going to use our elbow. Alright? So all I'm going to do, and this, you've got two choices. You can drop and tap, or you can throw it up, tap, catch. So drop, tap, catch, throw, tap, catch. It's completely up to you. If you find, wow, this elbow is really easy, great, big up one. Ooh, see? A little bit more difficult because this is my non-dominant hand. So up, tap, catch, and more up, tap, catch. So this time, we're tapping it into the elbow. Remember, as long as we're making contact. So what should you watch? Eyeballs on the ball. Woo, woo, eyeballs on the ball. So watch the ball all the time. If you make contact with your elbow, great. If you want to try the other elbow, great. If you can catch it, woo, amazingness. Do the best that you can, as long as you're getting your elbow to it. Your minute starts now. to our paperball challenges. Okay, so the last one is your choice. What does that mean? It means you can, any way you want, use the paper ball and parts of your body. So let me give an example. I could throw it, hit it with my head, and like 4 attempts to catch and it still fell out, right? So I could use my head, hit it and catch. So that's an option. Let's do shoulder. I could do my shoulder and try and catch it. Sit. You could sit down and do it, you could lay down and do it, but it is your choice now of how you're going to get the paper ball in the air, what part of your body you're going to use, and if you're going to catch it. So think about what you can do. Think about what we've just done, and then come up with your own choice. You're then going to video that and post it to me, submit it. So, kindergarten, first grade, click the media tab, second, third, fourth, and fifth graders, you are going to click the red button to record it. Your choice of activity for how you use this ball. Alright? We've got to get it in the air somehow. You've got to use a part of your body, and if you catch it, great. Alright? You have 1 minute, go. That is us done for today. I'm really excited to see what choices you come up with. I know you're going to be so much more creative than I am because you are awesome. So I'd love to see those videos. Make sure you've gone through all of those challenges. If you need to go back and try them again, feel free to do that. But remember to submit your video of you doing your choice of challenge. I look forward to seeing it. And until the next challenge, have fun, stay active, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Great job, everybody. I hope you had fun doing those challenges. So today, for our paperball challenges, we were working on hand-eye coordination. It's called that even when you're using different parts of your body. The key thing, the most important thing is we always watch the object and then we move to it. We always watch it and then we move to meet it. I hope you had fun. Okay, so the last thing for you is remember to submit your video. I'm super excited to see you working hard and doing awesome. So remember, submit that video so I can see how great you are. What a fun lesson. I can't believe how much fun I had making it. I hope you had fun too. Until next time, stay active, do something fun.